Surprise! We might be the softest generation of humans in history. Not because we're naturally weak, but because of what society has done to us. Let me explain. I was a paramedic for 18 years, and anyone who's worked in healthcare will confirm this. A person might rate a paper cut as a 9 out of 10 on the pain scale, while someone else will give a broken arm a 4 out of 10. Pain, discomfort, suffering, it's highly subjective and usually lines up with what we've been through in the past. If you're a rich kid who always had servants, who never had to shovel the snow in the driveway, or never really had to work hard, your pain scale will be very different from someone who grew up on a farm and started working the land at age 10. We can all understand that. But one of the problems we have today is how weak and non-resilient we've become because of the conveniences modern society has given us. Food at the push of a button, heat in the winter, AC in the summer, endless entertainment and comfort. Compared to what our ancestors had to go through, hunger, cold, real physical dangers, our struggles barely register. So now the question is, how do you become stronger? Answer, you have to deliberately step into discomfort. And I'm not saying this from a pedestal. My 10 out of 10 might be my neighbor's 6 out of 10. All that is very personal. But it's only when I started running ultra marathons that my pain scale got recalibrated to a whole new level. You have to dig so deep into discomfort that your brain gets rewired. After the race, you're no longer the same person. What you once considered a 10 out of 10 in terms of discomfort is now completely different. What's important to understand is that the boundaries we set in our minds are not real. No matter what we think is a 10 out of 10, it's only according to our standards. To recalibrate what we think is our ultimate limit, we have to keep pushing further and further. And here's the thing, you can't learn this from reading a book or from watching a YouTube video. You have to live it. Gradually, you get to a point where you say, I used to think this was hard until I did that. Now, this thing is my new 10 out of 10. Before running a full marathon, I thought that was my absolute limit. The pain in the legs, the blisters, the fatigue. Then came 50, then 80, then 100, then 160. And every time I proved myself wrong. So the lesson is this. No matter how tough we think something is, it's only according to our standards. If you want to become stronger, you need to lean into discomfort. You need to embrace the hard path. Because every time you do, you stretch your limits. The mind is like a rubber band. It stretches as it experiences more. The discomfort doesn't disappear, but your tolerance for it improves. It's just like the gym. The weights don't get lighter. You become stronger. Here's the moral of the story. Go out there, choose the hard path, and watch yourself become someone nothing can break. If this kind of message speaks to you, hit subscribe. And if you want to go deeper, check out my book, Becoming Legendary. You'll find more lessons like this inside. Cheers!